Hello friends, today we will be learning few vocabulary words that are quite frequent in GRE context. This is a second video and I will be focusing on 5 important words. Now let's directly move on to the new words. The first word I will be discussing is inevitable. What comes to your mind when you hear a word like inevitable? One can think it is meaning like in every table. If I am pronouncing the word inevitable, I can pronounce it as in every table. If something is in every table, that means it is impossible to avoid. That means one cannot avoid the thing. Now let's look at the sentence where it is used. Since Mary never wears shoes, so Mary was a girl who never used to wear shoes. It was impossible to avoid. That means that will surely happen that she would get a piece of glass in her foot. So one can clearly and easily remember the word like inevitable, that means in every table. If something is in every table, that means it is impossible to avoid. Now let's move on to the next word. The next word is remiss. Surely remiss is a composition of two words, re plus miss. If something is re-happening and you are missing something, that means you are ignorant person. You are careless person. You are negligent of your duty. So one can easily remember that remiss is like re plus miss, and if it is reoccurring miss, then you are a careless person. Now let's look at the sentence where it is used. I would be a negligent person or a careless person if I did not promptly send you a card thanking you for a gift. So that means someone gifted me and I sent back her a card, and I would be a negligent person if I would not have done that. So it is very easy to remember a word like remiss. Now let's move on to the next word. The next word is paramount. If you hear a word like paramount, it looks like you have a amount that is huge in quantity. It's like per amount is huge. That means something is of huge amount, is of important concern, that has a major impact. So the meaning of word paramount is of something is of important and major concern. Now let's look at the sentence. The survey was given a paramount consideration. That was survey was given as an important consideration because it was focusing on major issues. So it is very easy to remember word like paramount. It's like per plus amount. And if amount is huge, that means it's of important concern. Now let's move on to the next word. The next word is juxtapose. When I hear a word like juxtapose, it's like I'm posing in front of a mirror. If I pose, I may pose in left direction or a right direction. And then I compare which pose is better. So the meaning of word juxtapose is like placing two things and comparing. And placing also has to be done side by side. So the meaning of word juxtapose is like another pose, juxtapose. When you pose in a left direction and a right direction and compare which one is better. So the meaning of word juxtapose is like you are comparing two things by placing side by side. Now let's look at the sentence. It is interesting to juxtapose. It is interesting to compare two things. What are the two things that the people are comparing? The lifestyle of the today's generation and their grandparents' generation. So it's like you are comparing the your generation and your grandparents' generation by placing them side by side. Now let's move on to the next word. The next word is incapacitated. What comes to your mind when you hear a word like incapacitated? Surely it means in plus capacity. If someone is given a capacity but it is having no capacity to act. That means a person is unable to perform. That means a person is stuck and is having no path to go. So the meaning of the word is unable to perform and act. Now let's move on to the sentence. During 1765, he seems to have been totally stuck for public business. So it is very easy to remember the word. It's like in plus capacity. That means having no capacity to act. So this brings us to the end of this video. I will be making more videos such that it becomes easy for the people who are concentrating on giving exams will be able to learn GRE words easily. Please help in liking, subscribing and sharing to motivate me to make more videos. Thank you for your time.